Caught on camera today, a car plunges into a Chesterfield pond. We're live at 5 tonight with how crews tried to save the person inside. Plus, a dying pit bull and her sidekick abandoned in Richmond. RACC now outraged and looking for whoever did this. And more gun control or less? It's a debate starting to brew again at the state capitol. Live at 5 tonight, what both sides of the aisle are proposing.
NBC 12 Live at 5 starts with local breaking news.
In the last few minutes, Newport News Public Schools giving an update on last week's shooting.
Let's get straight over to Simone Cucurullo in the First Alert Center with what they said. Simone?
Makia, Jasmine, first and foremost, they said that the teacher, Abby Zwerner, is improving each and every day, which is great news. You may remember she was shot Friday afternoon inside of Rich Neck Elementary School by a 6-year-old student. As for the plan to return to school, the board could not give specifics about a date, but said administration changes have been proposed. Walk-through metal detectors will also be added to all Newport News schools, starting with Rich Neck Elementary School as soon as possible. The board will also conduct a review of student conduct and discipline records. The board plans to give us another update next week, and of course, we'll bring it to you right here on air and online. Live in the First Alert Center, Simone Cucurullo, back to you.
All right, thank you, Simone. And tonight, questions remain after an intense rescue unfolds in a Chesterfield neighborhood. Boy, did you see that? As you just saw, a car went into a retention pond in Enon. There was a massive response from first responders to save that driver, but sadly, that person did pass away at the hospital. Live at 5, Desiree Montilla is joining us with the latest on this tragedy. Desiree, please walk us through what happened here.
Well, Makia, first responders were here for more than 3 hours along Mount Blanco Road after getting a call that a car went into the retention pond behind me. I'm even told by a spokesperson for fire and EMS that some officers that got to the scene here started performing CPR on the driver on top of the submerged car. Now take a look at your screen. This is video a neighbor captured on her Ring camera around 10:15 this morning off Mount Blanco Road. She was just getting ready to leave her house when it all happened, and she saw it right from her driveway, and a family member called 911. The driver was taken to the hospital fighting for their life, but unfortunately passed away. And at this time, we're still working to learn more about what led up to this. But one woman who wanted to remain anonymous says this was just heartbreaking and terrifying to see unfold.
A little bit too much for me to handle. I ended up walking away for a minute just so I could take a breath, but it's still not a sight you want to see at all.
No one else was hurt during this, and at this time the identity of the driver that died in this crash has not been released by police until all family members are notified, and the investigation into this crash continues at this time. We'll have more from what that witness tells us, and even including how she and another neighbor went into action to help the driver when he joined us at 6. Live at 5 in Chesterfield County, Desiree Montilla, NBC 12 News.
Condolences to that person's loved ones. Thank you, Desiree. Live at 5, returning to the First Alert forecast with a live look from our Troutman Pepper Camp. Been a pretty overcast day around the River City, and we're not in the clear just yet. It feels like it's going to rain. Nick Russo here to tell us that we are looking at another chance here.
Hey, Jasmine. Yeah, we have a pretty good shot for more showers coming up later on this evening. Really, anytime after 8 or 9, we'll start to get into those showers. First to the west of Richmond, and then a little bit farther to the east later on this evening. Right now on First Alert Doppler radar, nothing showing up from Richmond to Petersburg, Henrico, and Chesterfield. We should stay dry here for the next couple of hours. But off to our west, there is a squall line of gusty showers, even a few rumbles of thunder embedded within this. And our western counties out toward Buckingham County may get into that squall line as we get toward 8 to 9 o'clock tonight. So we may have some rumbles of thunder in our western counties combined with some gusty winds, but we're not expecting anything severe around here because temperatures are relatively cool today, especially north and west of Richmond. Out toward Farmville, it's just 57 degrees. Usually that's not warm enough for any sort of severe weather. So we're just talking about some gusty showers we think later on tonight. 60 in Richmond, 64 down toward Wakefield, warmer towards southeastern Virginia today, It is another mild day outside, and we're really close to our high temperature for the day right now. We're going to stay mild here the next few hours in those upper 50s and right near the 60-degree mark through 9, 10 o'clock. Again, after 9 p.m. is when we think we have the best chance for rain. And coming up in your first alert forecast, we'll have the hour-by-hour to track that round of wet weather and look ahead to some cooler temperatures this weekend. That's coming up. Jasmine and Makia.
All right. Thank you, Nick. New tonight, a Henrico teenager found guilty of murdering a high school basketball standout. That's according to the Richmond Times-Dispatch tonight. Last May, in fact, Diamond Brown Mosby was riding in a car with a friend near the Glenwood Farms community when Jason Banks and 2 others robbed them. Well, Brown Mosby was shot once and later died at a hospital. Banks is due back in court for sentencing in May. It is day 4 now in a high-profile trial surrounding a controversial traffic stop in Windsor. Lieutenant Karan Nazario is suing Officer Daniel Crocker and former officer Joe Gutierrez for claims of assault and battery, false imprisonment, and illegal search. Live at 5 tonight, Macy Moore is joining us from outside of Richmond's federal courthouse. And Macy, what did witnesses have to say today?
Well, Makia, we heard from 4 witnesses today, but despite that, court moved relatively fast, with the judge dismissing the jury right after lunch. Now, as for those witnesses, the defense called a former Arizona police officer to the stand. Brennan Tatum, who served with the Tucson Police Department for 6.5 years, testified as an expert in police procedures and traffic stops. Video of the 2020 stop shows officers pointing guns at Lieutenant Nazario, who was in uniform. He held his hands in the air outside the driver's side window and continually asked why he was being stopped before he was pulled out of that vehicle. Pepper sprayed and handcuffed, but never arrested. Without commenting specifically on this case, Tatum says in a hypothetical situation, a reasonable officer would have conducted a felony stop if a driver did not have a visible license plate, heavily tinted windows, and was driving erratically. Tatum also stated that a reasonable officer would use the appropriate amount of force to get a driver refusing to comply out of their vehicle, whether or not it's the driver's own will. Now, during cross-examination, the plaintiffs did recognize that Tatum has no criminal justice degree nor any ties to the state of Virginia. His opinions are based solely on his own personal experiences. So what's next for that trial? I will have details coming up on your side at 6. Live at 5 here in Richmond, Macy Moores, NBC 12.
Thank you, Macy. New tonight, we have heartbreaking news from Richmond Animal Care and Control. Officers now looking for whoever abandoned these 2 dogs on your screen. RACC picked them up near the entrance of Philip Morris off Trenton Street this morning. They say the pit bull had to be put down because her belly and lungs filled with fluid, most likely from heart failure. RACC is fired up about this, and they're asking you to give them a call if you know anything about who might have left a dying dog and her sidekick, Shepherd, to fend for themselves.
Well, Virginia lawmakers are gearing up for a battle over gun laws during the new General Assembly session. Democrats say that they want to close gun loopholes, while Republicans have plans of their own. Political reporter Henry Graff has details from day 2, live at 5.
Democrats are calling for common sense gun control reform. Those against it are hoping to repeal those reforms and cancel gun-free zones. Inside the Virginia State House, polarizing ideas are emerging on how to keep communities safe. Democrats are hoping to block Republicans from rolling back gun laws like Virginia's red flag law. They also want to close loopholes that allow people barred from owning a gun from buying them. State Senator Jennifer Boysko has a bill that would require gun owners who have children under the age of 18 to lock them up.
This is something that we can't afford to close our eyes to, and adults are the ones who are responsible for keeping guns out of the hands of children and teens.
The Virginia Citizens Defense League is backing a number of bills, too. They want a permitless concealed carry law along with undoing local gun control. In Richmond, City Council banned guns from parks. They are also not allowed at the state capitol complex.
One of our top things will be, of course, not to add any more gun control to Virginia. We need to repeal some of it.
Many of these bills still have to make their way through committees, and with Democrats in control of the Senate and Republicans in control of the House, that shared power means the needle on this issue may not move. State Democrats hope to rally around that legislation on Friday. Meanwhile, Virginia Citizens Defense League planning a rally of their own here at the state capitol on Monday for Lobby Day. For Live at 5 at the state capitol, I'm Henry Graff, NBC 12 News.
All right, thank you, Henry. And speaking of Lobby Day, a traffic alert for drivers that frequent the area. There will be several road closures and no parking zones on Monday. In fact, right here, you can see the closed roads surrounding the state capitol. They're all highlighted in red for you. And the areas where parking is prohibited, highlighted in purple. They will be in place from 5 in the morning until 6 that night.
Well, the domino effect continues following an FAA software system failure. So far today, there's been one cancellation out of Richmond International and another 29 flight delays. That's part of 4,100 delays and nearly 150 cancellations nationwide. The FAA now says a corrupted software file is to blame for this. It led to the largest ground stop of flights since 9/11. The Department of Transportation is launching an investigation into the system's possible vulnerabilities.
Well, Richmond leaders and community members are still searching for some answers tonight in the fallout of the Enrichment Foundation dissolving. That left dozens of organizations and nonprofits up the creek without a dime. Today, members of the City Council Committee and the Office of Human Services met, saying that they're united in disappointment.
I think I can speak personally. I think most of us have friends, family, or ourselves a part of groups and projects that are now stuck in limbo and without funds and without able to meet immediate needs. And I think we all feel that frustration.
Officials did say they will support organizations however they can, from short-term needs to finding options for long-term funding. There are also continuing talks about the next steps, including a possible legal battle with the foundation.
I got no flavor. I just put more in my mouth, and then it's starting to burn.
That child hospitalized after mistaking chemicals for candy. He's doing fine now, but after the break, see what he ate that his parents are warning others about.
Coming up in your first alert forecast, we're tracking some gusty showers and rain on the way this evening. We'll have an hour by hour to track that rain and colder temperatures as we head toward the weekend. Winter makes a return. We'll talk about that coming up.
And it is Thursday. That means our Call 12 lines are open. If you have a comment, question, or simply a story idea, just pick up the phone and call 804-345-1212. The phone lines are open until 6:30 tonight.